Hello people of YouTube, it's Deepak here, and welcome to the DCS news stream. I hope that you all enjoyed that little addendum video, a little add-on to off the end of the Harrier tutorials. I'm going to be doing a few of these videos just to bring the content of the tutorials up to date slightly. There have been some additions to the Harrier since I started that series, which was actually way back in January this year. Hello everybody, hello Frantic Stone, Stevie B, Storm Kinbari, Mark S, and Frantic Stone. And yeah, Frantic, you were indeed first. Sometimes coming first is rewarded. So I hope that you enjoyed the video. Next, oh wow, Stevie B made the same joke. Okay, that was quick. Yes, I'm probably going to do some more of these addendum videos. I also have a little present, a little bonus for all of you. But you'll need to wait until the end before you get that. Hello, Byron. So yes, next week we're beginning the JF17 tutorial series. That's going to be my brand new series. That's probably going to be quite lengthy because the JF17 is very multi-role, very capable, and it's compared with the F16 and the Harrier, it's a module which is basically complete. Like, they have pretty much implemented every single thing the aircraft can do in real life. So there's a lot of potential content for me there. But I'm going to start releasing little bonus videos during the course of the week, and I'm publishing the first one tonight at the end of this stream. So you'll get to see that as well. Don't say that I'm not good to you all. So yes, without any further ado, let's crack on with the DCS news. Unfortunately, we don't have dotChuckles tonight. He is still unavailable due to his current workload, but I'm very hopeful that we will have him back at some point soon. Can't wait for the Tornado series. Yes, Frantic, once the Tornado is released, I will do a tutorial series on that. But of course. So this is actually a kind of slow news week. There's not a lot to go over, but as always, I will start with the newsletter. Eagle Dynamics have, they've published the results of their roadmap feature poll. They were asking everybody what things, what things are the most important to be implemented next. That's been published on the forum. They got more than 10,000 responses, which is kind of cool. The pilot operator ATGM site picture for the Mi-24P Hind is receiving some much needed attention. And the new auxiliary camera will provide better frame rates and enhanced image quality. VR improvements are also planned. I'm actually going to jump to the screenshots here because they had some nice screenshots of this as well. This is what the camera on the Hind is going to look like. So yes, this is very pretty. Also, actually, we have some pictures of the Eurofighter Typhoon. This is because of the news that Heat Blur are becoming involved. Actually, I'll jump down to that. Yes, DCS Eurofighter. Third-party partners Heat Blur Simulations and True Grit Virtual Technologies have joined forces. So yes, thanks to that, we actually have it in the newsletter, and we have some beautiful pictures of the Eurofighter Typhoon, looking very, very nice indeed. Notice this time it's not carrying any missiles. I think they got in some trouble. Oh wait, no, it is carrying some missiles in this picture. They had some issues with their licensing with regards to, I think it was the infrared missile that the Eurofighter carries. So yeah, we've got those pictures this week in the newsletter. But actually, probably the biggest thing was they've got a little bit about the DCS F-16C Viper. The roadmap is now planned until the end of this year, and they've got a bunch of current plans that they want to share with us. They are subject to change, though, they say. So I'm going to jump to the post that they made on this. Delivered features, so things that they've already done. Things they promised they were going to give us, and they have indeed given us this year, were all the versions of the Maverick, HARM, POS and HAS modes, GBU-31 and GBU-38 JDAMs, the JSOW, the Smart Rack, VV and VAH HUD modes, and the travel pod. Most importantly, the travel pod. Where would we be without the travel pod? Features that are still planned for delivery this year include flight model and FLICUS tuning, focuses on angle of attack in G. We believe it will result in more accurate sustained turn performance, instantaneous turn performance, and acceleration. The harm targeting system. I'm actually very excited about this one because this particular version of the F-16 is kind of a seed beast, and one of the kind of things that makes it stand out from many other aircraft is its ability to carry the harm targeting system. I think it is in fact the only aircraft that carries the harm targeting system. So this is a pod that can fit on one of the chin stations, just like the Lightning AT in the case of the F-16. And it provides you with an off-board sensor. So currently, all of the modes in which we can employ the harm make use of the sensor built into the missile. This is a more advanced sensor, which is not on the missile, which can gather information. It actually reminds me a little bit of the pod that the Viggen can carry, the ELINT. So it can gather electronic intelligence and then use that to set up attacks for the harm missiles that you're carrying. So this will really be again a big step up in the F-16's ability to pull off cool seed missions. We're going to get landing... I skipped one. Air-to-air radar improvements, DTT SAM mode, bullseye, and intercept steering Q. That sounds good. I'm actually very interested in when they're going to make adjustments to the DLZ, because it's currently not entirely accurate. Landing and takeoff handling tuning. GHICMIS support for radar warning receiver Link 16 and air-to-ground modes. This is really just giving us the same functionality the F-18 has in the F-16. Because the F-18 has the same helmet-mounted sight. Electronic countermeasures in the form of the 2 ECM pods that the aircraft can carry, along with jamming indications on the fire control radar. That's going to be pretty cool. Air-to-ground radar. This is the big one. And of course, these days, in air-to-ground, you're tending to make use of the pods quite a bit. But air-to-ground radar is still very, very useful, especially when attacking targets at sea and things like the ground-moving target modes and so on. So this is going to be really cool. Semi-automatic and automatic countermeasures programs. Yes. Mark points. Such a small thing. Such a teeny tiny thing, and yet so important. The use of mark points is going to be a big step up for the F-16. HOTAS steer point selection. I actually don't know what this means. I'm going to guess it's something like the A-10, where you have the ability to cycle up and down through your steer points using the HOTAS. Lat long MGRS coordinate selection. CBU 103 and the CBU 105 WICMID. This is the wind corrected munitions dispenser. So these are basically smart cluster dispensers. And the horizontal situation display cursor. I don't actually know what that's used for in the aircraft, but yeah, it's going to be nice to have that implemented. And then we've got further developments that will continue into 2022, and they're saying that this has been kind of steered by the pole quite a bit. So yeah, complete lightning targeting pod, adding the Sniper XR targeting pod, that's going to be pretty cool. DTC, this is one that I bang on about a lot. I'm very excited to hear about that. It'd be really nice to get third-party integration in software like combat flight and so on as well. But let's see if Eagle actually add this to an SDK and allow other people to make use of it. The ICP modes. People who watch this channel and are familiar with my rants will know that these are major things for me. Cruise will be the highest priority. Thank you so much. Yes, the cruise page is important. But all of the ICP DD pages are very important. RWR handoff PRF tones. I think this is the radar warning receiver in the F-16 has the ability to... it doesn't use synthetic tones for the most part, like lots of RWRs do. It actually creates kind of unique sounds based on the actual repetition frequency of the radar that's hitting it. So pilots who become familiar with these can actually recognize radar systems based on the sound they make, which is kind of cool. HUD toss anticipation queue. I actually don't know what that is. So that's one to look up. Desired HUD airspeed caret for the cruise mode. Yes, this is going to be good. GBU 24. Yep. Remaining bomb modes in the form of dive toss, manual, LAD, DTOS being the highest priority. So that's going to be really cool. Mark 84 air. The wing fuel tank pylon jettison correction. I have no clue what that means. The ALE-50 towed decoy. This will be interesting. I think this will be the only flight sim that I've heard of that actually has implemented this towed decoy. It's something the F-16 has had for a while. The flickus bit animations, that'll be cool. I always pop the bit switch into its self-test position, expecting to see the flight surfaces do their test, and of course they don't. BDU-50 training bomb, big whoop. Jet fuel starter door animations, our man Northman will be very, very excited to hear about those. Alternative landing gear handle. Cockpit view pilot model, yes please. Animated tail hook, yes, but without the actual cables on airports to make use of it, kind of useless. Airshow smoke pods, yeah. ACM slew mode, I actually thought that one was already in. Oh wait, no, it was added to the F-18, it's not in the F-16. And the radar velocity search mode. This is cool, I actually didn't know they were adding this. I kind of assumed that this radar mode was actually a legacy now. I didn't realise that the modern F-16 still had it. So it's, just imagine something like range while scan, but instead of distance being the x-axis, is that X or is that Y? Anyway, whichever. The up and down. Instead of the up and down being the range, it's the velocity of targets, with the targets that appear closest to you being the ones that are actually approaching you most quickly. And in an intercept kind of situation, that's actually kind of useful. So there you go. And yeah, they've got the results of the polls as well, with with all kinds of numbers. So, very, very exciting. That's actually probably the biggest bit of news this week. Y is up and down. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. This thing is, like, it seems really, really simple, but this is like the game show effect. You know, people who are in front of a camera, you know, trying to deliver for an audience, their brains go blank. You know, I might seem really dumb sometimes, but the reality is that when you're put on the spot, your brain does not function normally. So anyway, yes, that's probably the biggest bit of news this week, the F-16 roadmap. And of course, yep, the news about the Hind. Hind's development team are currently working... Oh, okay, they're currently having a well-deserved vacation. This is probably a big part of why there are not that many updates right now. I imagine quite a lot of teams are actually on vacation right now. But they are going to deliver a number of improvements in the upcoming patch, most notably a fully remodeled pilot-operator ATGM sight picture. Yep, that's fine. And they're also going to optimize it for VR. Excuse me. Yep, and then, as I mentioned, the DCS Eurofighter. And then the last bit of news this week is that there's a new campaign for the MiG-21, which is called Constant Peg. And I think this is... what was this all about? Yeah, America's Secret MiGs. So this is a bunch of stuff at Nellis Test and Training Range, which will be quite interesting. Just reading the notes here. Yes, Elgato Stream Deck is very, very cool. It's exactly like trying to type with someone looking over your shoulder. Yep. And Frantic is saying that the Steam Deck it kind of sucks in VR. I have one as well. Actually, I don't use it for flight simming at all. I really only use it for my streams and for video editing. When I'm flying, I'm in VR. And when I'm in VR, I have... Well, let me see if I can show you all. I have one of these old school doodads. It's a trackball, and I actually have this trackball velcroed to my leg while I'm flying in VR, and this makes it very easy to integrate with everything in the cockpit. Now, you have a couple of other options. The 1995 mouse. You have other options when it comes to interacting with the stuff in VR. It's actually possible to have the mouse pointer pegged to the middle of your view, and then you can actually assign buttons on your HOTAS for left click, right click, and scroll wheel. Some people do that, and that works well for them. I actually quite like having the trackball on my leg. The other option actually is to make use of the hand controllers that you have with your VR headset. But I kind of don't like that. I've messed around with it a little bit, but you know, you don't want to be like taking your hand off the stick so that you can fool around with these. I don't know. I don't think it's good. To me, the trackball on the leg is the best solution. It works pretty good. I tell you what, I'll post a picture in my YouTube feed of my setup so that you guys can see it, because I've got a picture where I just kind of took it from my point of view looking down. You can see my stick, my throttle, rudder pedals, and my trackball strapped to my leg. So there you go. Picking them up and down takes effort with hand controllers. There are gloves. Yes, that's right. The Capto VR glove, I think they're called. They're kind of considered pretty cool. So, I said that I would have a little bonus for all of you. And I have. I'm going to post this video right now. Give me just a moment while I click the button. I will post that picture. Don't you worry, Byron. Now, here we go. Public. Done. Save. So, DCS AV8B bonus number 1, Target of Opportunity Mode. You should all see that in your feeds now. I've just published it live. And I'm going to be, like I said, making these videos at least one a week. Maybe I'll make more. They're going to be very, very short videos. This one, how long is this one actually? I'm thinking it's a shorter thing. This one is 4 minutes long, and it literally just shows you how to work the target of opportunity mode in the AV8B Harrier. I'm going to do a few of these because I actually say this in the video, I think. The Harrier has had lots and lots of small tweaks, and they're not very well documented. In fact, in many cases, they're not documented at all. This target of opportunity mode is, in fact, not documented. The only reason I was able to use it is because it does actually work the same way as the real aircraft. So I was able to get away with that, but there's a bunch of stuff you can do in the Harrier that's not documented, people don't really know about it, and I'm going to make these little bonus videos on it so you can all learn all the fancy little tips and tricks. So, that is pretty much it for this week. I don't really have any other news. That was pretty much everything that I came across. As always, I'm going to do a premiere every Saturday. Next Saturday, we're starting with the GF-17 Thunder, a brand new tutorial series on a brand new aircraft, which I think has not been particularly... there's not much content for it on YouTube at all. Not many people have produced that much about it, so I think this is going to fill a nice little niche there. I think it's a really cool aircraft. It's the most modern aircraft in DCS at the present time. It's very, very capable in many, many ways, and full of fancy modern technology that I'm going to show off. So, and as always, immediately after that premiere, there will be the DCS news, which just happens to be the stream that you're watching right now. In between times, I will, of course, stream Tarkov from time to time, usually on Mondays. I might be streaming this Monday, a little bit of Escape from Tarkov. But yes, in the meantime, thank you very much for your support, everyone. Channel just passed 2.5 thousand subscribers, which is crazy. Thank you so very, very much for that. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like, and comment. It's a really big help to the channel and to me. Thank you so much. Tornado! I'm not telling you anything about the tornado this week because there's no news about the tornado this week. But yes, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Fly safe, and I'll see you all